Hi guys, and welcome to Material Musings. I wanted to give you a quick update as to how it is looking so far. I was going to try and do some other additional little projects, and I was just like, these are just taking it taking it to the limit. Anyway, so for this particular one, what I've done so far is added additional stitching around the edges with the smaller yellow stitch. I haven't yet added this to the backing, but what I did was I've done the backing and I've stitched the backing together. So I was going to do it like a kawandi, and I started out and then it was just like I was having so much trouble with the thickness of the this is a upholstery fabric. I was having so much that I thought, let me just stitch it. So I like it holds well like this, and I'm going to be putting a hanging system here. And so now all I need to do is attach this piece, the very heavily embellished stitched piece, to this backing. And I think I'm going to do like an invisible, I don't know, anyway, so I'm going to attach it to this. I had found this kind of cord, and I was thinking of potentially adding it and doing couching. I haven't any desires to put it in this piece, at least not right at the moment. I thought I would just sit with it and see how I feel. But I was feeling going round the edge again and adding it. But I'm going to sit with it. The other thing with this is I slightly, you could see that there's a slight dip. And I kept it as a quirky effect. Do you know what? I might do the kawandi style again, because this needle actually is perfect. It's going through really well. So I think I will actually attempt the to give it that on the back, make it look like it's how a kawandi would look, but then when you turn it over, this is actually the front. And then what I would be able to do is some really small stitches and stitch this to the piece once that's done. So I think I've found my needle. I do actually have another one. It's sitting with my crochet needles, funnily enough. I do have another one in here, unless I took it out. I thought I kept, here it is. This one might be even thinner. It's longer. No, it's not as sharp as this one. That one goes through really nicely. So I think I'm going to use that. I'll put this back in here for the time being. Look at that crochet needle. You would need something really, really thick. And you can even, you could even, like those rag ones, so but you could make, see this, I could crochet and attach in some way. I've never used this, but why not experiment? I mean, you would get that really thick yarn. I've seen it. And if you've got, like if you want to recycle some clothes, you might want to use that. And you could make some nice additions to what, make some table runners, or what could we make with this? That's Cole. Cole's having a snooze beside me. And the neighbour's dog has found something to bark at. Yeah, anyway, it would need, it's interesting, but it would need the, that was a nice commercial break. It would need that really thick yarn. This is the size you would potentially use for it. Let me just have a play. Yeah. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Right, let's get on. Right, so I've got, I'll probably use the white or the off-white embroidery, the off-white crochet thread. And yeah, and we'll get on with that one, yeah? And I might come in and do some really tiny stitches, because I like the way that the tiny stitches looks around the edge, so I'll just complement that as well. So I like that. I liked, this was actually quite therapeutic, just stitching this together, and it's just two pieces stuck together. So, and I like the feel as well. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the other one. Now, I've done quite a lot of work on this, and we have our beads. Let's come in. This looks kind of, it's not totally square, it's not exact, and it doesn't need to be. Okay, so let's come right in, and you can see a lot of the stuff that I've done. You can see especially, I will do a side by side, but I've done some more here, some more stitches. The feel of it, I like the feel of it. It's actually got quite a bit of weight, and I've added more stitches here. We've got the beading earring. I've firmed up the neck area and the face, and then we've got the, I've added the beads there. And yeah, just taking it to here, and then I would add the backing. And if that needle goes through this one fairly well as well, yeah, I would just use this to add the backing piece. And I was going to do it the same way I did this one. Just add them together and then stitch them together. I'm glad I unearthed this needle. But you do have to be careful that when you're pushing it through the fabric it will leave a mark. But I think the embroidery fabric is, not the embroidery fabric, the upholstery fabric is quite thick, so it's not leaving a permanent mark. Anyway, so I'm happy with the way this looks now, and I am feeling that I just want to bring it home. and take it and finish it off. So the next time you see this, it will be, I'm hoping that I will have finished it. I'm not going to add, and I always do that. As I say, I'm not going to add much more. I see a piece that I think I need to add a bit more. So I'm looking at this area here. I think I want to make it a bit more compact with stitches. So I might add, and that will give me the excuse of adding, I wanted to find a pink, not a too pale pink, but more this, the colour of this. It's more like a deep pink. Yeah, I'm thinking of adding that down here, this bit, maybe up here, and then from this bit here down. So we'll see. So that's the progress of these two. I thought I would just share that rather than like not do a Material Musings. It was just like I was really into it. It's enjoyable, and there's no need to rush. These are from Curtain Materials, so maybe we will also look at how you can find additional fabric, not ephemera, but fabric elements that you can add that you wouldn't normally necessarily think about. So we'll look at these that we have, and I'll source some more and show you how I would extract them and then use them in a project. Okay, so I hope that that has been useful.